Hi everyone! Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today is gonna be quite the video. I'm gonna be going into detail about what dorming has been like and my experience thus far. I've been dorming since January and it is April right now, so 4 months. And I have 1 more month to go, but I have a lot of stories to share of what it's like and if I recommend it. And the answer to that, spoiler, it's yes, I do recommend it, but I just want to go into detail about my experience. Whenever I reflect on it, I'm like, damn, I really went through all this in 4 months. I highly recommend that you do dorm for whatever college you go to. My college is like 20 minutes away from where I live. I'm still dorming and people are thinking that's so unnecessary and very expensive. You're wasting your money. And while I do agree with that, you only live once, and I did what I wanted to do and I wanted to dorm, so that's that. Now that that is out of the way, let's get on to the story time of the whole process with my roommates and just what life has been like living with them. I applied in the winter time, so I would be eligible to dorm by springtime. As soon as I entered my dorm for the first day and I settled in, like, I was so excited, but no one was really here at the dorms. Like, all my roommates were scattered away doing who knows what. So I was really nervous what I was getting myself into and whether or not we would get along, because they were not there until 10 p.m. that night. That's about the time when I finished putting all my stuff away. I had my bed done, I had my drawers set up, and everything was just ready for school to start the next day. One of my roommates walks in, and I'm just gonna call her Nicole. So Nicole walks in and she has her stuff too, and she's ready to settle in. She had lived here the previous semester, so everything of hers was there. She was just bringing along some few things here and there just to make herself feel at home for spring semester. I come up to her and I'm like, hey, I'm Adriana. I'm gonna be your well, not your roommate, but we're gonna be living together, because she is in the next door. She gave out her hand to like handshake me and just gave me like a weird look, like, hi, I'm Nicole. I asked her like what her major was, and we had like a mini conversation, and to this day, that is the most that we've ever talked. I just got like a rude, like, I don't want to talk to you vibe from her. I'm like, okay. I tried. Next roommate came in like at 2 in the morning, and this is one that I actually live with, and I love her. She's great. Like, we do get along, and I don't see her as often during the day or the night, even, just because she comes so late. Hence her coming that night at 2 in the morning. She just settles in and then she ends up like heading back out for the night. So it's just me again in the room, and I ended up sleeping and called it a night for the first night. Next morning, it was about the same thing. Like, we all kind of woke up at the same time to get ready for classes, and everyone was just kind of like really silent in the morning, not really talking to each other. And I get that we're like new, we still have a lot to learn about each other, but like nothing. Every single day that I came back to eat, to do my homework here, we're just complete strangers. Like, no one wants to talk to each other, and it makes no sense to me. As the week started to progress, I started noticing like a few of my things go missing, whether that be like a granola bar, like some gummy snacks, even like some of my clothes, and I would be kind of lost as to where I put it, because, or maybe if I ate it like midnight munchies or something, but whatever. I started noticing stuff go missing, and I just kind of got spooked out. So I brought it up to my roommate, the one that I live with, and she noticed the same thing. She actually told me that she caught Nicole snooping through her sandwich bread and like her meat and pasta, and she was making herself literal meals of her food. It's not just food that was being stolen, like I mentioned. Like, her and I noticed like some of our pieces of clothing like just vanish out of nowhere, and I brought that up too while we were having the same conversation. And she mentioned how one night, I guess Nicole and one of her friends was really drunk, and they came into our room. The door was open this one night, and I guess while my roommate came in to call it a night and sleep, because it was late at this time, she saw that Nicole was in here with her friend, and they were just laughing and like going through our stuff. We don't know if anything was stolen, but it's very, very highly expected or like inferred that they did. And as soon as my roommate came in, Nicole and her friend just ran back out into their room still laughing, and my roommate thinks that they were drunk, which isn't a good explanation for why they were in here laughing and like rummaging through our things. I don't know if anything was stolen that night, like I said, but it happened, and we don't know how many times it has happened in the past before. One of the sweaters that I really liked, insert picture here, is now vanished. It's not in my house, it's not in my closet, it's not anywhere to be found besides probably Amazon or eBay somewhere, just floating around. Another time that I have where my stuff is kind of messed up with, this is more of a gross story. I started noticing that my pink little body scrub was like unfolding, like it's like ruched, the body scrub, and it was like getting like long on one side, and it was just like untangling and unraveling, and it was just so annoying to work with in the shower. Like I would have to like roll it back into up in a ball and like be able to wash myself. So I had enough of that, and I bought a second one to have and keep in the shower with me. And thank God I brought it the time that I did, because when I went to check my loofah body scrub, there was giant piles, literal hairballs inside, like it was planted there, and it was long and it was dark and it probably smelled. I didn't want to get near it to find out, but the fact that it was just on my body scrub and I noticed it, like imagine I didn't and I'm just scraping that all over myself and I get itchy and there's hair on me, I would actually cry and probably use acid on my skin. Not to get on to some more incidents of like partying going on at my dorms. I will come home on the weekends and like settle down, put my stuff away, and I'll just notice that like the floors are completely trashed. Like there'll be like weed wrappers on the floor, there'll be bottle cans, tops, lids, anything you can name of, just like it was trashed. And there was bong water and water bottles like on my side of the bed, and I was just so disgusted by that. And also my fire alarm would be tampered with because my roommate would be smoking, and there's sensors on these fire alarms, so anytime that comes into contact with someone putting tape or like a plastic bag around it, which they used all of my stuff for that, my tape and like my whatever, it's kind of like a threat to the housing because anything can go wrong, a fire can start, and that would be something that we would take fault for. I just feel like I'm always cleaning up for other people's messes. Like the kitchen right now is so atrocious. Like having guests over is just like it's a second thought. Hairballs all over the kitchen sink. No, the bathroom sink, sorry. Ew, the kitchen sink would be another story. That's actually a crime. One thing I forgot to mention. People have, it's also very common too that like my roommates will have guests over at 2 in the morning, or they'll be fucking in their bed and I can just hear it all. So there's no like type of warning like, oh, I'm bringing this person over, we're going to be doing this, do you mind not being at the dorms for like an hour or two just so I can get my shit done? Like, you know, dick appointments come and go, but like I need to have a little warning or something to prepare me for that, because once I actually walked into that and it was the most uncomfortable thing of my entire life, and that mental scarring is still there. I'm really getting worked up by all this. Like I'm chugging my water right now just because I'm running my mouth dry of how much there is to the whole rooming situation. And y'all recognize this? I know your favorite holiday was a few days ago. It's April 24th right now. I'm not here to discourage you or get you to freak out that this is gonna happen to everyone. It was just my experience, and I just think it's crazy how much I've dealt with. I think that was all for my rant today. It was a little messy, and hopefully it made sense to follow by. Please hit the like button as a little prayer for me for what I've gone through, because they really be testing my patience out here. But that's everything for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed and had like a little chuckle or two, just because this is like insane. insane what happens here on the daily. Thank you guys for watching. I will see you guys for a video very soon, hopefully. School is honestly stressing me out. You already see what I'm dealing with in my living conditions, so I try to post whenever I can, have it be decent quality or something entertaining. So leave some suggestions of what I should do and hopefully we'll get into it. But for now, I am going to look for what is stolen. Bye everyone.